Star Trek settles the debate once and for all. Yes, the Kobayashi Maru is necessary. For decades, Star Trek fans have fiercely debated one of the franchise's most famous training exercises, the Kobayashi Maru. Is it a cruel and pointless no-win scenario, or a necessary crucible for future Starfleet captains? Ever since James T. Kirk famously cheated the test in Star Trek I, The Wrath of Khan, the Kobayashi Maru has symbolized Starfleet's most provocative philosophical question: should leaders accept failure or rewrite the rules to win? But Star Trek's latest interpretations, particularly in Strange New Worlds and Discovery, have finally put the issue to rest. The message is clear. The Kobayashi Maru isn't just necessary, it's essential to what makes Starfleet and Star Trek itself endure. The origins of the no-win scenario. First introduced in The Wrath of Khan 1982, the Kobayashi Maru test was designed to assess how Starfleet cadets handle an unwinnable situation. The simulation forces a captain to choose between saving a civilian ship stranded in the neutral zone, violating treaties and provoking the Klingons, or abandoning innocent lives to preserve their crew. Either choice ends in catastrophe. The outcome doesn't matter. The test measures character. Kirk, of course, became legend for reprogramming the simulation to make it winnable. "I don't believe in the no-win scenario," he famously said. To many fans, that line captured Kirk's optimism, his refusal to accept defeat. But over time, that defiance has been reinterpreted. Kirk's success wasn't about cheating. It was about creativity and belief in impossible solutions. Yet, in hindsight, Star Trek's later captains, Picard, Janeway, Sisko, Burnham, Pike, have all proven that embracing the no-win scenario is just as vital to Starfleet leadership as Kirk's defiance ever was. The test's true purpose: confronting ego. What Strange New Worlds and Discovery have done so effectively is reframe the Kobayashi Maru not as a trick, but as a mirror. In Star Trek Discovery Season 4, Captain Burnham faces her own Kobayashi Maru moment when she must decide between saving a few lives or risking many more. Her refusal to accept the no-win scenario nearly costs everything. Admiral Vance's response to her afterward is the franchise's most direct interpretation yet. The Kobayashi Maru isn't about success or failure. It's about humility. For a captain, the illusion of control is dangerous. Every Starfleet commander, from Kirk to Pike, eventually learns that not all problems can be solved by clever thinking or moral certainty. Sometimes people die. Sometimes peace is impossible. The test forces cadets to experience helplessness before it happens in reality, before lives hang in the balance. It's a necessary shattering of ego. Without that, captains risk turning confidence into arrogance, a theme Star Trek has explored time and again. Kirk's early belief that he could always find a way defined his youth, but the Wrath of Khan ultimately punished him for that hubris. The death of Spock, his first true no-win experience, brought him the humility the test was meant to teach. In that sense, he didn't beat the Kobayashi Maru, he just postponed it. Pike's dilemma and the lesson of acceptance. Strange New Worlds brilliantly continues the Kobayashi Maru's legacy in a different form. Captain Christopher Pike already knows his fate. He's seen the accident that will one day leave him paralyzed and disfigured. His entire existence is a living Kobayashi Maru. Pike can't outthink or outfight what's coming. Instead, he must learn to live with it. That acceptance is exactly what the test is designed to cultivate. Pike's character arc transforms the Kobayashi Maru from a simulation into a philosophy. Leadership isn't about avoiding loss, but facing it with grace. Every time Pike chooses to risk himself for his crew, knowing he won't die yet, he embodies the spirit of the test. The lesson isn't that the universe can be beaten. It's that some outcomes must be endured, not conquered. Starfleet's moral compass depends on it. The Kobayashi Maru also functions as Starfleet's moral compass. Without it, captains could become reckless idealists or cold pragmatists. The test forces a balance between compassion and logic, duty and sacrifice. Jean-Luc Picard understood this balance better than most. When faced with no-win situations, Picard didn't rewrite the rules or panic. He faced them head-on, guided by ethics. He often lost, but Star Trek never portrayed those losses as weakness. They were moments of integrity. The Kobayashi Maru ensures that future captains are tested in the one arena that truly matters: moral conviction under impossible pressure. It's not about defeating the Klingons or saving the ship. It's about who you become when you can't win. Why Star Trek needed to settle the debate. In modern Star Trek, where advanced technology, time travel, and alternate realities make winning easier than ever, reaffirming the necessity of the Kobayashi Maru brings the franchise back to its roots. The exercise reminds audiences that Starfleet isn't about perfection. It's about perseverance. The test doesn't train for